Welcome back, folks. This segment, we talk about whether or not visible abs are overrated.
Yeah, this is a very big discussion. I feel like, especially in light of how social media has affected us as a society. So limiting some expectations, educating in a sense of what is actually too lean versus maybe too much towards a overweight side where we might have some health implications.
If you got veins on top of veins on your abs, if you've got striations in your glutes,
that you can see, because those things are there, but they're just not visible.
Then you're ready for the stage. And are people on the bodybuilding stage healthy?
It's debatable. And I would think if my stance is no. I think that's pretty standard. Okay, I think most bodybuilders would tell you that as well.
So if we're looking at body fat percentage, a female that is 8 to 12% is stage ready, according to bodybuilding.com.
Yep.
That is probably a level of lean.
For a woman, that's pretty lean too. So a lot of time you'll see some false claims with these bodybuilders saying some ridiculous things like, 1% body fat and these sort of things. And it's like, for a woman specifically, given that they do have more body fat on them naturally, that help with hormone balance, keeping things like menstrual cycle healthy and flowing, dwindling down too low has huge implications.
You see women on social media that have ripped abs and they're working out, but you wonder, how are they feeling after that workout? What is their recovery like?
If you were to take, I know my girl followed one of the girls through that competition phase because she was trying it out, and she vlogged the experience, and just her relaying it to me, it was like the regret that the lady had. She was happy that she accomplished that. I think this was actually Jeff Nippard's girl at the time. I'm assuming they're still together. That she was like, I'm not gonna do this ever again. That's how strenuous of an activity, and we're talking about a person who's been fit for a majority of her life, a top athlete.
I think having visible abs actually is a good thing. Yeah. And I'll tell you why. Ooh. If your core is strong and you are at a healthy body fat, you will see visible abs, right? Because they will just be more hypertrophied. Now, I'm not saying that hypertrophied abs equal
strong core.
A strong core. That's not what I'm saying.
I was about to say there could be some pushback there for sure.
I feel the best when my abs are barely visible, physically, like in terms of my libido, my energy, my mood.
How the weight feels, because
how the weight feels, right?
For men specifically, I'll speak personally here, and then you can account. When you have that extra mass on you, you feel so much stronger. You're probably maybe deadlifting your highest. The leaner you go, there is a trade-off of strength usually, despite some phenoms out there, and maybe some help and some enhancement.
It is individual though, because some people like our producer Steve.
He's grilling us there.
That are just kind of naturally lean, and they have to eat more naturally just to maintain their strength. Yeah. So it really is an individual thing.
But back to the question in terms of, is it overrated? Where are you at?
I would say yes. It's overrated. However, if you've never been at that point, I think it's worth a try just to see how it feels, right? Because you may actually feel better.
And that's why I was saying I was going to go the other way and say underrated, just because I think getting there once you realize whether it's for you or not. So if it's something where you haven't had it ever before, and you've been looking at and you've been feeling not your best, your mood, maybe anxiety levels are self-image wise, you aren't feeling the best, that's also something that you can look to help boost your self-esteem, to to motivate you to be in better shape, to then, which we know will have those other hormonal benefits as well.
It is a slippery slope though when you're using aesthetics to help with your self-confidence and your self-worth.
Yeah.
I don't want to get into that. I don't want to get into that too much because I'm not trained.
Yeah.
I'm not trained for that. Like I'm not a psychologist, so I can't really talk on that so much. But I do know that for myself, when I do, let's say, a cut and I'm trying to lean out, I can start to get too body focused. And when I get too body focused, I have to snap out of that. And what I do is I focus on my performance. So I set performance goals, and that allows me to take some pressure off of how I look and focus a little more on something that will actually allow me to reap more benefit in terms of quality of life.
I think that's very important, especially when you're setting aesthetic goals, especially if it's your first time. It's always fun to try and challenge yourself. But a lot of what Adam is saying takes it from just something you're trying to do to a deeper why. So you're becoming healthier. You're trying to improve your mood so that you can show up better in your family. You can show up better at work, and you can be a better, in a macro sense, better for society.
Of course.
All right. So we're going into, is it really, speaking of aesthetics, is it really that beneficial for you to be tracking your calories? Can you reach those visible abs just by logging those your meals on a day-to-day? Tune into the next segment where we talk more about that.